right now we've got something like God, this hurts to think about. We have like 6 community cats who rotate in around our
Wow.
neighborhood. Yeah, wow, indeed. And we're trying to help look out for them. Right now, I don't know how well you can see on the camera because it's in black and white now because it's in night vision, but we've got a couple of cat structures out in the yard that are stuffed with straw, and they're also got insulated lining, and we've got the porch is plasticked, and we have some heated little houses in there. And the reason why we have both is because we have one little dip. His name Calvin, who thinks everything belongs to him. All the food belongs to him. All the sleepy place belongs to him. All the people belongs to him. And if he is not allowed to have all the things to himself, he starts fights. Because he's a little dip.
Oh, Calvin.
And he chases people off chases other cats off the porch because they're there. So we have to make we got the porch set up so they don't freeze, but then we have this idiot. So now we have to put them out in the yard. So the freaking, how did this become my freaking life?
Was. And I thought Big Fella would be a big problem because of that. When he went to the shelter, every cat was his new best friend. And I'm like, where the is this energy when you chased everybody off my porch? These days I just have Norm and Billy. And Norm is very gentle, and Billy thinks that everybody is his new best friend, including the 2 raccoons and their adopted skunk that now come by every night.
Well, that's nice. It's good to make friends with people outside of your own, culture. You learn about people that way.
It's like a weird, it's like a weird little children's book. And the raccoons crawl all the over this skunk. And every time I'm like, oh, she's going to spray. She never sprays. So they clearly know each other. They always show up together. And I felt like such a jerk the other night because I try to deter the raccoons from coming around because my neighbors have small children and the cats pretty much stayed in my yard. And they don't really want to mess with people, but something like a raccoon is bigger and it could bite you and, and they get into people's trash and, so I don't hurt them, but I try to make the porch less attractive to them. So I picked up the dry food off the ground and the raccoons found a way to get to it because they're raccoons. And the skunk couldn't. And I felt like such a... Because the skunk was down there on the ground, left out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a Disney villain.
The trick is you got to find the stuff that the raccoon and the skunk will eat that the cats won't, which is usually fruit and vegetables. You get that for them. They'll eat those. The raccoon and the skunk will eat those. The cats won't touch them.
I don't have the personal income to feed every wild animal that shows up around here is the problem. But yeah, I was like, I'm in the Pixar movie that's refusing food to the skunk because she's stinky. I'm a villain.
You are, kind of, yeah.
So I went out and moved the food back down.
Yeah. Yes. You've learned a lesson, valuable lesson. You're a sucker. That's the valuable lesson.
I mean, I already knew that. That's breaking news. Water is wet.
Anyway. Well, we have got stupid crap as usual this week. Each week, Catherine, the radio data audience, go on the worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff, bring back here for the segment we like to call What the Fuck is Wrong with You? I'm Nash, she's Tara, this is the news. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And sometimes, yes, but also I would like to know what the fuck happened here, even though the picture is something to behold. Davenport woman arrested after she was found between walls of Geneseo business. Look at that fucking mugshot. Geneseo, thank you. Look at that fucking mugshot.
Yeah, if it's in New York, it's Geneseo.
Davenport woman is in the Henry County Jail after Geneseo police found her between the interior walls of a business. Police say a business owner on the 100 block of South State Street reported hearing a loud noise coming from the ceiling or attic area of their business. Officers searched the building interior for about 17 minutes. Also heard a noise while they were searching, but could not determine its exact source. Cleared the scene at 6 p.m. after no other noises could be heard. So the police decided it was ghosts. And they got the hell out of there, apparently. About 15 minutes later, the business owner reported hearing more noises from a different area of the business. Officers returned, began checking out not only the complainant's business, also the businesses in the same block. They heard whispering and movement coming from inside the building around them while they were searching. Around 6:30, officers spoke with the person they determined was between the interior walls of a business. Geneseo firefighters responded, helped remove the person from between the walls. Investigators showed that business in the South State Street area sustained damage to potential access points on their shared roof structures. After an investigation, including reviewing witness statements and physical evidence, officers arrested Callie A. Gotchi. There's a lot of letters there. That's Gottsche. That's a lot.
Gotcha.
So on charges
I'd like
of
it if it was gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah, on charges of burglary, criminal damage to property, and criminal trespass. They are still investigating the urban incident, determined other people may be involved. What the fuck was happening here?
And once again, the reporter didn't ask fucking why. Who, what, when, where, why?
Not a one. Not a one of those.
Journalism one. Oh, fucking one.
Well, apparently
you don't just reprint the police report. You call somebody.
Exactly.
You call Callie Gotcha and say, hey, Callie, what the fuck?
There's not a single fucking quote in this entire article. This is literally the damn police report. What were you doing in the fucking walls? And apparently it wasn't working out too well because look, she's got the makeup going, she's got the lashes, she has got the eyeshadow.
Here's the thing: all the makeup people have been there. Like, you're trying to do a good smoky eye, and one side comes out heavier, so you're like, that's fine, I'll just add a little over here, and then that's heavier, and you're like, fine, I'll just add a little over here, and then you overblend, and next thing you know, you're a fucking panda. We've all been there, right? Exactly, Valkyrie. Valkyrie's been there.
And she's just like, I have nothing to confess to my God. Look at that face.
Here's the thing. Those lash extensions are fucked.
Yeah, they are. They are totally fucked.
You got to treat lash extensions so carefully. Like, you can't even wash your face with certain things. So I'm pretty sure all that soot and insulation is not great.
You could not pay me to next year or soon, as soon as we can get it together. I've got to go down to our crawl space and deal with insulation issues. I don't want to do that. And even then, the crawl space it's pretty generous. It's about 2.5, 3 feet. So as crawl spaces go, that's pretty generous. You could not get me the wall, like a crawl space in a wall is about 1 foot, 2 foot wide. But it's less than that. You could not fucking pay me to crawl around the wall. I would have a fucking heart attack. No, thank you. Not for love or money. Also, there's things in there.
Also, I just rewatched Haunting of Hill House, and if you've watched Haunting of Hill House, you know that being like in the wall, scratching in the walls, not great.
No.
Not great.
Oh, you go from one exceptional fucking mugshot to another. Oh, wow. We've got some great mugshots this week. Holy shit, bro. This is from Palo Alto. And, Jesus Christ. We're just going to start with the guy's name is Sabina Blanco. So we're already starting out. We're off to a good start here. Here, let's have a look. 31-year-old Sabina Blanco of San Francisco. Look at that fucking mugshot. That is special. There's a lot going on there.
As a man that has no idea where he is.
No, not a bit. Palo Alto home burglary victim.
Cut his hair.
Or who? It's like half. What the fuck happened? Palo Alto home burglary victim finds suspect drinking a glass of wine at his kitchen table. Palo Alto resident returned home over the weekend to find a burglar sitting at his kitchen table, indulging in a glass of wine. Incident happened about noon at Sunday. Palo Alto Police Department. What? Noon on a Sunday? Yes.
Who burgles at noon?
On a Sunday. That's a day of rest.
That's a nighttime activity. Yeah.
Aren't you not allowed? Shabbos.
But burgling is a nighttime activity. Everybody knows that.
Palo Alto Police Department said in a press release, the resident, a man in his 70s, left his home in the morning. When he returned home, he found an intruder sitting in the kitchen and drinking his wine. The man told the suspect to leave, and after the suspect left, the resident called police. Go away. Oh, okay. Like that fucking worked. It was just like, leave. Oh, okay, goodbye. Resident also reported his house had been rummaged through. Officers arrived, searched the neighborhood, finding and detaining the suspect without incident. Suspect was identified as 31-year-old Sabina Blanco of San Francisco, who was booked into the Santa Clara County main jail for felony residential burglary, misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, and misdemeanor battery on a police officer for allegedly spitting on an officer. I don't see no crime there. Anyone with information about the incident, why would you need to call about the incident? I don't know why.
But here's my question.
Yeah.
The name seems to be a Spanish name.
Yeah.
But in my high school Spanish education, words that end with A are the feminine.
Yeah.
So why is his name not Sabino?
I don't know. Maybe he's being misgendered. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Or is this like a boy named Sue situation gone wrong?
Or it's just, I'm still stuck on the mugshot because he's not even looking at the camera. And I want to know who took a weed whacker to one side of his head. Just not there. Totally not at home. It's just, you could hear the fucking weeds, you fucking wind whistling. There's a fucking tumbleweed going along there. What the, damn. But also, talk about your unearned older male confidence. If I walked into my home, even at noon, and some dude was just sitting at my fucking table, I wouldn't be like, hey, get out of here. Because I'm trying not to get murdered. Yeah. Is the thing. And maybe that's just my big emotional uterus. But in most situations, I'm just trying to not get murdered. So I would not be like, hey, that's my wine. Get out of my, I'm out on the front porch calling the police. Yeah. Because there's a man in my house that I do not know. I love the mugshot alone is prosecution's exhibit A all by itself. Yeah. All right. The next one, this noon. I hated this when it was the fucking Stanley Cups. And I hated this shit ever since the fucking, you remember the Cabbage Patch Kids shit when we was kids? Yeah. We was little. My mom flat out told me the Christmas, they were the big thing. She was like, just so you know, you're not getting a Cabbage Patch Kid for Christmas. She's like, don't ask, don't put it on your list because I'm not getting punched in the face to get you an ugly doll. Okay. Grown ass human adult beings losing their shit over valueless trinkets. Well, remember Beanie Babies? Well, you know what? I Princess never remember. Diana Beanie Baby. I don't ever remember there being a fucking fist fight over the goddamn Beanie Baby, but Starbucks, bear from Starbucks wreaks havoc on Houston and elsewhere as well. Bears in the form of a special edition cup.
People over so bad on this.
Descended upon Starbucks locations, wreaking havoc as coffee fiends scrambled to get their collectible fix. In Houston, local police had to get involved after an all-out bear brawl took place in a store. Last month, the coffee chain announced that its line of holiday merch was dropping November 6th, featuring special edition tumblers, ornaments, and a glass Starbucks barista cold cup, a bear-shaped glass cup with a straw and festive green beanie. $30 for a cup. Which it's not even like this. I've got like this. This is insulated and metal, and it even stays carbonated. And I think this thing cost me what did it cost me? I think it cost like $20.
It looks like the honey bear with a green apron on it. Not even an apron, just a green beanie on it.
Yeah, there it is.
And the thing that Starbucks did. And this is clearly just like, oh, we're being boycotted. Let's stir up some shit to force people in the doors, right? And that's enough. But the thing that they did specifically, they undershipped them. So a lot of stores only got like 2.
Okay.
And if you didn't get there literally at 4 a.m. when the doors open, you didn't get one. Because they created this like false scarcity and made this into like a collectible frenzy when it's not a collectible. It's going to be a worthless piece of crap that you throw away in a year. They're like Goodwills are going to be full of them. But they whipped people up, and then they literally purposely only sent like the minimal number to stores. So
but
baristas just have been getting yelled at.
Here's the thing. If I go to a store to purchase something, and what I wish to purchase is not there to be purchased, I go home. I am done. The thing does not there, so my business is concluded. The end. Because I mean,
you'd like to think that, but I've worked a lot of retail, and that's not how people work.
Strangely enough, I appear to be a grown-up somehow. I don't know how this happened. Like, look at me, for fuck's sake.
In my experience, people think that yelling at a minimum wage employee is some kind of magic spell that will cause the product they want to manifest.
Like, what you think? I got like a fucking Star Trek replicator in the back or some shit? I'm just not pushing the button? You think that's what happened? Like Earl Grey hot. You think I got that shit?
The conspiracy theory I've seen is that corporate did this specifically to make life hell for baristas because so many of them are trying to unionize. So this was kind of a little fuck you from corporate.
For this
I don't know if that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me.
For this fucking thing. See, I'm not.
And like, I enjoy Starbucks, and when there's a strike on, I don't go. I understand. I know y'all are going to yell at me. I know. I'm sorry. I tend to go, like, Denver has a ton of smaller coffee chains, so I'm getting in the habit of doing that instead. But I've never liked their cups because even the pretty cups, they're only 20 ounces. And I like a big fucking cup. Like, all my water tumblers are 40s. I like a fucking 40 of water so that 20 ounces can be ice and 20 ounces can be water. And also, so I'm not refilling it every half hour. So they're small and they're not insulated. So your shit doesn't stay cold because they're just plastic.
Apparently they're reselling them online. You can get one online if you want for like $500 for this shit.
Yeah. And it's literally Beanie Babies all over again. People used to hoard Beanie Babies. Like, they put out a commemorative Princess Diana Beanie Baby when she died. Because what better way to honor the people's princess than with a fucking beanbag bear? And people lost their fucking minds and would hoard them. Beanie Babies ain't worth shit now. People thought this was their retirement. Their Beanie Baby collection was,
I don't know if you can see this thing really well. You see this stupid thing? Like there, you can probably see it pretty well. See that stupid thing? That little, looks like a tin can kind of thing? That's
Looks
a
like
transistor.
an upside down soup pot.
Yeah, it's that's a transistor. It's an older type of a transistor. They don't make it anymore. And it sounds a specific way. It has a specific function. And it's hard to find. You know how much I spent on this? $10 for a little transistor. Special for the guitar pedal I'm building. This does something. And in 20 years, it will still do the same thing that nothing else can do because they don't make it no more. It ain't no glass. Don't understand it. I will spend $10 on that. I ain't spending no $500 on no glass fucking bear. What the hell's wrong with you? Fucking.
That's what, like,
glass goddamn Starbucks bear.
Things. Like, I have 2 shelves of Funkos, but I have them because they're the ones that I like. They're out of the package. My little baby Scarlet Witches and my little Taweret bring me joy. So, like, I collect them because I like them. That's all of them that I have. They're not the high value ones. I'm not planning to resell them and retire. So, like, I'm not against people collecting things, but collect things that you actually like. Don't just hoard shit in the hope that it will make you money someday, because it probably won't.
Late stage capitalism shit, man. Speaking of, I don't understand this next story. There was obviously some kind of plan to make profit off this, or someone is just a real big fan of I-91. Two men accused of trying to steal a highway sign from I-91 in Windsor, Connecticut. Connecticut. Look at the truck with the fucking look at this. Look at this shit. Two men.
I will say, when I went to college in Connecticut, you were supposed to have at least one stolen road sign in your dorm room, or you just were not cool.
You could make a dorm room out of that sign. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two men were arrested for allegedly trying to steal a Department of Transportation sign on I-91. Suspects were identified as Andrew Scott Lampkin, 42, and Jonathan Rippel, 46, from Vernon.
Okay, so it was not for a dorm.
Nope.
Although they are right near UConn, so.
According to officials, the attempted theft happened around 8:30 a.m. What day was this? On November 6th, which was
so rush hour.
Thursday, 8:30 a.m. on a Thursday. Both men were arrested.
It's Vernon, so rush hour means there's like 10 cars on the road instead of 4, but.
Both men were arrested and charged with third-degree larceny, reckless use of a highway by pedestrian, improper parking on a highway. Now, for one thing, look at that fucking busted-ass truck they're driving. I'm gonna try and zoom in on this shit. Computer enhance. Look at this busted ass
road
fucked up.
Fucking heavy.
And look at that fucking. There is no, like, you could potentially be like, okay, if I see a white pickup, maybe that's Department of Transportation. Not that white pickup. Look at that piece of shit. So you ain't fooling nobody. You are just in broad daylight outside going, this is coming home with me.
And look at the mugshots. Again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, again.
The mugshots tell two very different stories of this crime.
Yep. Now, was this a scrap metal situation? Because, like, do you really think the scrap metal guy would be like, oh, yeah, what, $200? Sure, I'll put. Like, no, if I'm the scrap metal guy, I'd be sitting there like, I'd just be like this. Are you fucking shitting me, guys? Fuck.
Because also those signs are huge and weigh a fucking ton.
Right? No, but it's good steel though. It's good steel. Look, it's bong bong. That's good shit. No, that's not. You had a bad plan. What the fuck?
I mean,
did you
maybe
think
it does say one of them didn't have a residence, so maybe they were gonna try and build a lean-to out of them.
Doubt it. All right, next one. This is from Fort Pierce, Florida, because of course this is Florida. Now, look, I've had a lot of people say this. I've heard this quite often. It's like when prepare for when you're going to die. Get rid of as much shit as you can, because everybody else afterward is going to have to deal with your shit when you're gone.
They call it the Swedish death cleanse.
Yeah, because everybody else is going to have to pack up your shit and stuff. So I get that. Some people might not do that. And that leaves it to other people who will have to sort through your shit when you're gone. And in most instances, you could just be like, nah, I don't want to sort through that shit. But sometimes you really kind of need to sort through that shit, because you can't just dump the shit in the Goodwill box, because sometimes there's a grenade in there. A grenade discovered among donated items at a Fort Pierce Goodwill store prompted a bomb squad response Friday afternoon. Officers called about 12:50 p.m. to the Goodwill in the Sable Palm Plaza after a store clerk reported finding a suspicious object. Yeah, I think I have found a metal pineapple. When officers arrived, they determined the item was a grenade. St. Lucie Police Sheriff's Bomb Disposal Unit responded to the scene, confirmed the device was real, and safely removed it. Investigation is ongoing to determine how the grenade ended up in the donation bin. This time, there's no reason to believe this was intentional and no active threat to the public. Because what somebody did was, someone passed away and their family just went, get all that shit out of the closet and throw it in the Goodwill donation bin. You gotta sort the shit, man.
Yeah, see, like when my parents moved out of their old house, we got rid of a lot of stuff, and we accidentally, well, not we, because it wasn't me, but somebody accidentally threw away my parents' wedding album. And that was a real fucking bummer. Like, we realized that was gone. We did not have any live ordnance in the house to worry about.
Like, you gotta,
like, we did have to really, like, we did have to do a lot of digging to find where my father's immigration papers were stashed, but we did turn them up. But like, yeah, we didn't have to worry about any explosive devices.
You gotta sort through that shit, because sometimes you'll be dumping like wedding albums. Sometimes you'll be dumping embarrassing sex shit. Let's just be honest. People keep embarrassing sex shit in the closet sometimes. You'll be dumping that on Goodwill. Goodwill don't want to have to deal with them damn dildos. I mean, they don't.
Did Dan have any grenades laying around? No, because he wasn't a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, grenades are not something you just keep. They're not. They're not.
No. Like, yes, he had firearms in the house, but they were secured. After he died, I did find a lot of knives just stashed in weird places around the house. I did find a lot of bladed weapons and like the curved throwing assassin knives. But
well, I mean, sometimes you got to get creative to deal with cockroaches. I'm just saying.
Given some of Tara's dad's stories, I'm surprised there was no ordinance.
He was a fireman. All he ever did was
a fireman who grew up on a farm in rural Ireland. I don't think my dad ever held a gun.
I mean, like, I don't think a lot of people in Ireland, you hand them a gun, they'll be like, what the hell is this thing for?
The police don't carry guns in Ireland.
Nope. Oh, it's a walking stick. That's what. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Very nice.
I mean, my dad would fuck your shit up with a shillelagh. Like, he literally had a shillelagh hanging on the bedroom wall. But we weren't into explosives.
Shillelagh is Gaelic for ugly stick. They
have cultural significance, and they can fuck you up.
Anyway, yeah, you gotta check that shit, because sometimes there's a grenade in there. Welcome to America.
Imagine your loved one passes away, and that's how you find out that they have a live grenade.
Just, sit in the closet.
Shoe closet.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Ireland, to the last story this week, we have all gotten a little impatient with mass transit in our lives. I feel sure. We've had, like, hell, the freaking flights lately have been crazy. So we've all had cause to be a little stressed out when trying to get from point A to point B. However, that does not mean it suddenly becomes serve yourself. Holy crap, this fucking guy. Man drove stolen bus to Dublin because other one was full.
But was the road rocky? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A young man stole a bus in Donegal and drove it to Dublin after being told another bus was full. Derek
Do you
Dunn
know how
appeared.
far Donegal is from Dublin?
How far is Donegal from Dublin?
That's like a 3-4 hour drive. And that said, I can understand his frustration because quite famously, the trains don't run up to Donegal. Like Donegal is actually like a mass transit hole in Ireland. Like the transit doesn't fucking go there. There's no trains. Quite famously, Donegal people are very upset about that. So I can kind of understand where he's coming from. But that's like a 3-4 hour drive.
Dunn is charged with unlawfully taking possession of and using a mechanical propelled vehicle. The laws are very specific without consent of the owner. Because like it could be a bus, it could be a tractor. You know, it's one of those things. The 24-year-old appeared before Judge John Almer for a sentence after the incident during which he drove the 390,000 euro bus from Letterkenny along the M1 and abandoning it in Sheriff Street in North Dublin. So he just drove it and be like, I got it to the stop. Y'all take care of it from here. The court said the bus was not damaged and still had the key in the ignition. He was told they received a call on the morning of 10 July saying one of their buses was missing from the Letterkenny depot. Later learned the bus had been found abandoned in Sheriff Street in Dublin. Dunn was arrested. Dunn was observed entering a number of buses, which were parked before eventually entering the bus he would steal. When interviewed, he told police he was planning to get a later bus back, was told the bus was full, and decided to take a bus himself. After the 237-kilometer journey, Dunn left the keys in the bus and left. Fucking hell!
I just don't understand how Ireland is not a large country.
It isn't.
But that's still because to go from Donegal to Dublin. Donegal is like the very northwest of Ireland. Dublin is all the way on the east coast, kind of in the center. And I don't think there's a direct route. So you've kind of got to go down and around unless you want to cut through across the border and all. So like he had this bus on the road for a while.
On the other hand, fuck it, I'll do it myself is a very Irish attitude. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And like I said, Donegal famously is a black hole for public transit. So I can see a Donegal resident just being like, fuck it, there's not another bus for 6 hours. I'm not doing this. I just...
Why do you see the thing is like, well, it's going there eventually anyway.
Country.
Yep.
He drove that motherfucker across the whole country. And like, was he picking people up?
No, it didn't say. It's just sort of like driving himself. Man, if I had to pick a vehicle to steal to get from one place to another, sure the fuck would not be a bus.
No. And like, even I have never driven in Ireland. And I fear at some point in my life, I will probably have to, because I'll go and not have someone to drive me around. Even the highways there are very narrow. Like the reason that Europeans don't have big giant cars like we do is because their roads cannot accommodate them. So I've
driven U-Hauls cross country a couple times now. I hated every fucking minute of it. The thing is way too big. I mean, and U-Hauls are so weird because they're not even like a bus. They're like a big rig that drives like a pedestrian. Like,
Yeah.
pedestrian. It drives like a regular car. It's got automatic drive.
Also, Ireland's highways don't have exits in the way Americans think of them. The way you exit the highway is a rotary. Every highway exit is a rotary.
Oh, shit.
And you're driving on the left.
Work?
It's confusing.
They're all roundabouts?
Especially as an American, because you're on the side of the car you're not used to, you're on the side of the road you're not used to, and you're having to rotary off a highway. Very disorienting for an American. But like in a bus? In a bus?
Well, I mean, he did take it where it was supposed to go, at least. It just didn't have any people on it.
Yeah.
All right, well, what did we learn this week? We've learned mass transit is not DIY. Okay? You cannot,
not even in Donegal, unfortunately.
It's not like a buffet. You don't serve yourself. We've learned if you're attending to your loved one's possessions, double check sometimes. There might be a grenade in there.
Stop and think about whether or not your loved one is a crazy person. Because I told you, I also found like a little mini gun safe in the trunk of Dan's car when we were trying to sell the car, and it was tethered to the inside of the trunk, and it had like no discernible lock. So like I had to figure out how to open this fucking mystery box. And my friend who's helping me sell the car is like, were you married to John Wick? And I'm like, kinda. There was no gun in the gun safe, fortunately, but
I couldn't
sell the car not knowing that.
We've learned don't try to steal a road sign in broad daylight during rush hour. You're going to be spotted.
Even if it is in Vernon. Yeah.
We've learned if you're starting a fight.
For those of you who don't know, Vernon, Connecticut, if you don't know, is basically Yukon and farms. That's what's in Vernon, Connecticut.
We've learned if you're starting a fight in a Starbucks over a glass fucking bear cup, you need to rethink some shit. You need this thing we like to call perspective. We've learned that sometimes if someone has broken into your house, you could just tell them to leave and they might, but that depends on how high they are.
I wouldn't recommend it.
And finally, we've learned...
Because maybe they just leave, maybe they murder you.
And finally, we've learned that sometimes you will find a story about someone who is between the walls of a business for reasons, and the person writing the story won't give you any idea why this shit happened.
Journalism is dead.
You're gonna go to your grave wondering why lady was in the fucking walls and shit.
Journalism is
Lady. Lady, what the fuck? I cannot think of anything that would be worth it to me to be crawling between the walls.
All I could think when I saw that story is I have a cousin named Callie, and it's spelled the same way, and she would never, because she's fucking classy.